guys, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy X-2. Last time we did a whole bunch of creature creator stuff. This time, well, since last time, I've put a bunch of hours into working on this stuff off screen, and I've come up with some interesting things. One, let's develop, or no, not develop creatures. Let's go to creature history here. I was thinking about keeping the Cactuar around because I really wanted to do some of the things with it, but it turns out that I really don't need to. I found something else that works even better. So we can release this guy and get the final faith fragment that we were looking for there. I believe we can go back and recapture him later if we feel the need to. But anyway. I also worked with some new units. Of course, this being the last Faith Fragment, it's going to unlock the Mega Sisters. I like how they have pretty much the same animation, or a similar animation to when they would come out in Final Fantasy X. That's nice. Mega Sisters have entered the Fiend Arena. Once you've unlocked all of them, we unlock the Aeon Cup. I will be doing a bunch of that stuff today. But, last time we also unlocked Almighty Shinra. Now, once you've at least challenged him once, he will show up in the Battle Simulator. There he is, right there. Now, I think we should show off a good strategy, maybe, that might help us defeat him. Now, I never got around to showing him off before because he just slaughtered me. Yeah, let's try this. This is gonna be a long fight. I think I'm gonna put it on fast forward. I'm out of water. Okay, what'd I miss? What? You thought I was going to commentate over this? I pressed the instant win button. Yes, I completely cheesed one of the game's new super bosses. And no, and I actually did. Shake, shake. I went to go get more water. I was actually thinking about going to get water before I started recording. I was like, you know what? That's going to work. I think I'm going to do that in the episode. But anyway, this is not the only time I'm going to be fighting Almighty Shinra. I am not going to cheese through him this much. Not like, I'm going to try at least to fight him with YRP at some point. I don't know when that point will be. It probably won't be for a little while. But I just wanted to demonstrate to you that I can indeed kill him. Alright, so we released the Jumbo Cactuar and lost the Aeon Cup. Heavy Saleh. Let's get out of here for a quick sec and show you where I captured a number of these guys. Trap Creature. Now, you probably saw this before when you were trying to get Jumbo Cactuar because it doesn't like to show up. But if you go to Beaconell and use a large pod, if you're lucky, you'll get Heavy Saleh. I got a whole bunch of them before I realized he was good and kept saying, no, I don't want you to join. You want him to join. He's actually really, really good. And of course, as you saw, extremely cheap. Okay, so we got him. I didn't show it because it wasn't required to unlock anything. Next, I also unlocked the Cactuar. Also in Beaconell, using a small pod there. There's a bunch of other enemies that you can obviously get. So just keep going until you get a Cactuar. The reason you need a Cactuar is so we can do the Cactuar Cup. So there's that. I also went and picked up Nuge, who is in Mushroom Rock. Oh, by the way, Jumbo Cactuar and I think regular Cactuar are both only accessible in Beaconell once you have unlocked the Cactuar Hollow. You can do it after you're done there. It still works. I think we still have access to it if we want to go back in there or something like that. Mushroom Rock Road, you can get Nuge. I basically got him as a third man because I needed somebody to go with the Cactuar and the Chocobo. Make sure you've picked up the Chocobo before, both unlocking Mihen High Road Special Dungeon and the Thunder Plains Special Dungeon, because I think once you unlock those, you can't find Chocobos anymore for some reason. The only other spot that's left in Chapter 5, once you've unlocked everything, is Luca. But apparently there's so many different characters here that it's almost impossible to get. So says the walkthrough. In my test run, it took me like 3 or 4 times to get a Chocobo there, but don't know. Let's see, what else? So we got that. Let's see. So let's return here and let's go over some of what I actually got here. Let's open up our menu here. Organized team. So I level grinded the Heavy Saleh to level 99 to make this doable. When you first get him, he's not going to be able to solo Almighty Shinra like that. What I did is I went to the Battle Simulator. The third best farming spot in the game for experience is the Hellbreeders. Make sure to use the double experience. But once you've unlocked some of the other ones, there is one more here. This one also gives you huge amounts, and I think this is either the first or second most experience you can get from any of the battles in one of these things in the game. And since the battles basically fight for yourself, if you can figure out some way of the button spamming, because all you have to do is just repeat the battle, you're automatically healed when you get out of it. So just keep spamming the button over and over again. Or you could also find a solution that does it for you, rapid fire controller, tape the button down, something like that. I was just mashing the button while I was doing other things the other night. Took, I think, about an hour and a half from about level 60 to level 99, so it doesn't take all that long, really. As far as grinding goes, that's pretty good. And that's, of course, with the double experience on. I did that for the Heavy Saleh because I expected to need some additional help to go through a lot of other things. Let's take a look at some of the other guys we got here. So the Cactuar I picked up. The Cactuar, as you can tell by its stats, without the Adamantite, not so great other than magic defense. So I basically set it up as, keep me alive using White Wind. If I'm not using the Covenant of Growth, I was using, Salvation Promised for auto life, or you could do something that just gives you life as well. I'm sure I have something like that somewhere along the lines. There you go. So there's that one, and there's that one for full life if you want that. Those work quite well for him. Give him the Ragnarok. You want him basically healing the whole time, at least the way I have it set up. You can set him up different ways so that he's physically based as well if you want. Let's see, Nuge. Nuge, on one of the walkthroughs talking about Creature Creator, is talked about as being really, really good. Maybe mine's just under-leveled, but he's really squishy, and he tends to die a lot, but he's basically a third man at this point. Lightfall still only does about 5,000 damage, and he can do better with other things. I give him the Dark Knight so that he'll use Darkness, because he doesn't seem to use Lightfall very often, and Darkness takes a lot less time in terms of animation. Chocobo, Black Tabard, still really good for you. If you're not using Psychic, you could use anything else, really, doesn't matter. Moogle's a good choice because it gives him Ribbon, or not Moogle, Mascot, which looks like a Moogle. The Ring or also the Minerva's Plate are very, very good for that. Adamantite, again, very good just to keep them alive. This is a very slow team. I use those three together to work on any of the cups. The Heavy Saleh, don't ignore the Font of Power. I was experimenting. Basically, the way you want this one to work is you want to build up some specific abilities. And then you want to give him a Rabbit's Foot. Rabbit's Foot gives you 100 to luck. What luck does in this game is it influences your hit rate, your evade rate, and your chances of critical hit rate. Critical hit is the one that's most important on this, but once you get him up to a high enough level, you just need around 200 agility and over 200 strength. With quick attack only, and I keeps learning this over and over again. Basically go into unlearn normal attack. He doesn't need that. But you just want to give him a Garment Grid that doesn't give him another ability, so all he has to attack with is Quick Attack, give him Rabbit's Foot, and Ragnarok to reduce the amount of MP cost of anything he does, including Quick Attack, and he basically will create chains by himself with Auto Haste on, and you can easily get Auto Haste and Auto Regen just by using things like Curaga or Hastiga on him. The other thing that you can do is, and I have got a bunch of items to make use of this, is you can, let's see here, where is it? You can teach him some stuff. Rabbit's Foot, that gives him only 5 to luck. You could farm a bunch of these, and as you can see by the fact that I have 13, I have, and I will tell you about that in a little bit here. But you can, I know one of the abilities he has can teach Auto Haste, Auto Regen, somewhere around here. I don't know where they are. I think the Speed Bracer, I think that teaches Auto Haste, but it's not highlighted because I've already taught it to him. And then Auto Regen, I'm pretty sure is, which one? This one, the Recovery Bracer. You just consume 3 of them if you want to do it. I didn't do it this way because I didn't want to use up my items, but it's there if you want to do that. But basically, you have him set up this way. He chains by himself because he's so fast, and he stun locks Almighty Shinra into not being able to do anything. So what I did is I used the Heavy Salé to do all of the remaining battles that I needed to do in any of the different tournaments. Except for Youth League, I had it finish off all of the opponents that I could fight in Youth League. And the more opponents you beat in a particular tournament, the more other ones that will be unlocked. So in the case of the Youth League now, I would die if I go in there. That's basically how that works. I can demonstrate for you a battle in there if people are interested in that. But we could also do that, later on with like YRP or something like that. And let's see here. I want to go over the different items that we were able to get. So Cactuar Cup, using the Cactuar, the Chocobo, and Nuge, just for a third person. We were able to get Power Gloves the first time, Crystal Gloves the second time, a Pixie Dust the third time, Oath Veil the fourth time, and then any subsequent ones will just be random, any of those. The Chocobo Cup, I'm pretty sure I already went over, but 2 of the items that we can get out of there are Minerva's Plate and Rabbit's Foot. It's one way you can farm either of the items. I did farm some Minerva's Plates doing this because I thought it would be helpful for me. Some Rabbit's Foots as well, but there are other ways of doing that, and I'll go over that shortly. Let's see, I already talked about the Fiend World or Almighty Shinra Cup. The Youth League Cup, I do want to show off one of the battles against one of the enemies here. But I won't be able to show that off right now. I'll have to load up a different file in order to show that off. So I'll show that off at some point before we go too much further. That's pretty much all the stuff that we could get through that way. So, Battle Simulator, if you want to get some additional accessories for teaching things or just because you want to have a few more, Jumbo Cactuar rarely will drop a Rabbit's Foot if you want to get some of those. So you can do that. I think if the Oversouls, you're almost guaranteed to get one. So there's that. The Chocobo Kings. There's 2 different types of Chocobos in the Creature Creator. One of them is the normal one that you find in most of these other ones. The Chocobo Kings are a different variety for some reason. And if you go into this battle and use Congrats with the Lady Luck Dress Sphere, they all run away, they give you a butt ton of money, and they all give you Speed Bracers. Yes, Auto Haste accessories, all of them. This targets all of them. There's 3 of them. That's 3 per battle. One of them can even drop 2 at a time if it, is lucky enough to give you the rare bribe. So I've got a few of those as well, because I thought that would be a good idea. And let's see here. Almighty Shinra, as you saw when you defeat him, you can get Ragnaroks from him. A Ragnarok, of course, Spell Spring gives you the ability to not consume any MP when you're trying to cast a spell. No HP use in darkness either. So I got a bunch of those as well. Let's see. I think that's all the base ones that I wanted to go over. So yeah, now that we've got that all set up, and I'm all kind of prepared, we can do a tournament in the Almighty Shinra Cup here. And let's just show this off real quick and finish it all up. I will go back and find a file where I can demonstrate the first round there from the Youth League Cup. Now, once you've got your guy strong enough here, he attacks so fast that even the Toneberry the Ripper guy is no match. He just attacks so fast. Twin Stars gives you Spell Spring when you use it on a single character in battle. So I got a few of those. What else can we do here? Let's just spam through those guys, because those guys aren't a challenge. So you won't be able to get the finishing blow and unlock Almighty Shinra's whatever quest thing if you just defeat him in the battle simulator. You have to do it. Oh, I lose because this guy's immune to physical. Yeah, so let's get out of here. I'm gonna have to respawn it until it doesn't make me fight that guy. And as I was saying before, apparently this is supposed to lead to game over, but if you run away, I've never got game over from doing that. So anyway, we're going to try this until we don't run into that particular enemy. Well, that was the third guy I fought. So I think I'm pretty much good now. That was Humbaba Oversold. Not that you could tell, but it's dead anyway. Which should lead us to the last and final one against Almighty Shinra himself, which I've already shown us beating. Even if you don't have quick attack acting every single time, sometimes normal attacks will get in there if you still have it learned, and that might deal, or that sometimes will allow him to get an attack off. I've probably killed him 10 or 15 times, and he's only killed me once with this strategy. He just got an attack off early and interrupted me when I was using a normal attack, I guess. But yeah, he spends the whole battle just charging up, so there's not really anything you can do. If you watch the screen closely, you can see that the chain builds up to 99, and then it stays at 99. It doesn't build higher than that. I think there's an achievement for getting the chain up to 99. This is an extremely cheap way of getting it there. But anyway, we've got another Ragnarok. So let's see what the story is here with this guy. Since every time we beat these guys, we seem to continue this story. And my timer's not going. Oh, well that was small. Allow into the Gull Wings. Most certainly. We actually do want to level up this guy 5 times, just like with everybody else. And let's take a look here. What level does he come in? I'm pretty sure they're based off of Yuna, Riku, and Pain's levels. Good. So he's down at 62, which is what I want him to be at. Almighty Shinra does have an ability. It's called, it's the bottom one there, Sleoine. I have no idea how to pronounce that. But basically, it does, I think, 10 hits, and it does butt tons of damage, and it can slaughter almost your whole party. So you don't want to let him get that off. It's gonna hurt. But yeah, he comes with ridiculously high stats. I'm gonna level him up 5 times, and then we need to actually release him in order to get something. We get another garment grid from that. So I would like to show that off. And the other thing that I'm going to do, we don't need that on. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up a Youth League battle. And we're going to show the first battle in the Youth League Cup there, because I do want to show that off. It's somewhat interesting anyway, at least to me. And so yeah, I will set that up, and I will see you in a moment. Okay, we're back. I actually thought I screwed up somewhere along the line and lost the file that I was supposed to do this with, so I was expecting to spend like an hour trying to get back there. But luckily, I still had it set up, and I just, I still had it set up, and I thought I saved over it, but I didn't, so that's good. This time we're not going to cheese it quite as much. We're going to give our guy a few other abilities. I'm going to get rid of attack, so we're going to have quick attack, non-paralyze, whatever, from strength of 1 garment grid, increases your attack, strength, and accuracy, which is nice. Gun Mage for some healing, Adamantite for ridiculous amounts of HP and defense, and Ragnarok to reduce MP cost, so that's never an issue. And creature, unlearn, attack, you don't need that. Still have auto haste, auto regen, so yeah. Anyway, enter tournament, Youth League tournament. You don't need this guy in order to do it, but it's helpful. There are other ways around it, and I will demonstrate some of the battles around here. And did I just get the worst draw? I got the worst frickin' draw. This is the most annoying battle in here. And the reason is because this guy here casts Mighty Guard, cuts your damage in half, and he has White Wind, and he spams it. And he uses Fireworks to ignore defense against you. There's that too. I learned attack again. As soon as you get hit by a normal attack, see, I'm only going to do 1600 damage now, and watch what happens when he decides he's going to, yeah, he's got auto regen at some point, and he's going to use, oh, he's not going to use it right now, but when he finally does use White Wind, speed things up here, he will, he's not going to use it yet, but he does like 9,000 health. He restores 9,000 health with it. It takes quite a while to beat this guy sometimes. He's kind of annoying. He's the most annoying, I think, enemy in here to fight, or at least early on. Later on, it won't be just one enemy. It won't just be one enemy, it'll be an entire battle with containing multiple enemies. But until then, you need a lot of defense to survive, and you also will need healing. Now, if I had things set up the way I did before, I could probably cheese through pretty much all of these fights by just speeding through them, but we'll show at least some amount of strategy here. I was hoping to show off what he does with White Wind, but he's not using it. You'll notice how little damage I deal to him, though, compared to what I was when I first got into the fight with him. He has Sunshine, which is another ability that does almost nothing to me because I have massive amounts of magic defense. Yeah. Pretty much nothing. There you go, White Wind. So he heals max with it. Now I'll turn it on 4 times. And yeah, this fight ends up taking a long time because you have to do like 5-6 hits in order to counteract his one thing of healing. Plus he has regen, so he heals from that too. It takes a while to beat this guy, and it's really irritating. Especially when he keeps doing it. There are times where you basically get stuck in this battle forever, especially when he starts spamming it the way he is now. I've had a battle where he only did it a couple of times and I've already won by now, but it all just kind of depends on your luck. Stop casting White Wind. He's probably got full health again. Yeah, I'm going to either run away and try again, or just leave on fast forward and spare you watching this. Alright, so we've started another one here. I'll just give you a look at the bracket here. You won't see this recording if the Ronso beat Gipple, because that means I'd have to fight him again, and they're a pain in the ass. Pretty much if they show up and they're in front of you, just run away. By the way, I haven't mentioned it, but, or I think I mentioned it once, but just press the R or the L3 button in order to change it so that you can run away. Champion belt. That's nice, I guess. No, I don't need this. This is an old file. So Gipple won, so that's good. We can keep this, and I don't have to worry about that. The amount of enemies you'll run into in here will increase over time. There's not really much to it once you've got this set up, but you need a lot of defense to survive, or you would have to use YRP and, you know, have more control over things. After playing around for far too many hours on Creature Creator, I've come to appreciate it a lot more than I thought I would. It's a fun little minigame all to itself. If it had nothing to do with the rest of the plot and it was just like a released minigame that had nothing to do with anything else, then I think it would be a lot of fun, because it's basically, you know, you have no control. You let your monsters level up for you. They do pretty much everything. It's just, you know, who you fight and which items you can get to increase your own stats. typically you'll end up fighting Nuge in the final thing. Did Nuge lose? Nuge lost. Barrel Eye's the other one you fight in the end very often, especially early on. Later on, you'll end up fighting other enemies as well, and I will try and show that. He's probably the most annoying, so make sure you have Spell Spring for him, because he loves to use Absorb. But having Spell Spring means it doesn't really matter if he has Absorb or not, so we don't need the MP. But he does heal himself a lot from that, so that's kind of irritating. Would you stop doing that, please? But yeah, having fast forward makes these battles a lot more tolerable. Without fast forward, I would have absolutely no interest in this creature creator at all, because it takes far too long without it. But yeah, it's nice being able to take down, you know, have it. I guess it's kind of like some of the random areas they put in some of the Pokemon games. They did that in a few of the Pokemon games where you have these battle arenas where the AI controls your characters and you just basically hope you win kind of thing, which is nice, you know. It's interesting, but the thing in Pokemon is you spend so much time battling anyway that I have no real interest in watching the computer fight for me. Here, I don't have much interest in it either, but it's at least interesting because there's so much creativity you can have with how your characters are going to react. You can manipulate what types of abilities they have and all that kind of stuff. So Nuge and Barrel Eye both drop Mega Elixirs. So in the file that I've spent a lot more time on, I have, I think, like 20 of them. But the first time you beat the Youth League Cup, which you can basically do at the start of Chapter 5, because you can get Heavy Cele at the start of Chapter 5 pretty easily. You could probably beat it with other characters in other chapters, maybe. But if you do, you get the mascot dress sphere. For some reason they put it in here. I guess you could get it early if you really wanted to. I was actually trying to do that just to, you know, to kind of show off that you could get it early, but I've already got mascot at this point anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But anyway, I think that's interesting. The other items you get from the Youth League, I think I started talking about these and then got distracted, but the first time you beat it, you get the mascot dress sphere. The second time is a Tetra bracelet, absorbs all elements, or all 4 elements. The third time is a defense bracer, which we talked about, gives you auto wall, very nice. The fourth time is a speed bracer, and the fifth time is the smooth sailing accessory that gives you super ribbon, which is basically ribbon, protects you against a couple other things, and gives you auto slow. So it's useful, but not perfect. In fact, it's actually really good for your creatures if you want to use it on your creatures, because, because if you want to use it on your creatures, let's see, I think it's at the bottom here. It just increases all their stats by like 5. So that's actually really, really good. If you had a faster way of farming them, that would be awesome, but you don't. So, if you're not going to use them, you might as well give them to some kind of creature that you plan on using a lot of. So anyway, that's all that we can do with those. I guess we'll show off the... I guess we might as well show off at least one of the battles in the Aeon Cup, and then I'll just show the prizes that we gain from them. Yeah, I've put a lot of hours into playing around in the Creature Creator, far more than I should have. Anyway, let's see here. You know what? Give me a second. I'm going to set up Almighty Shinra and see if he can do the Aeon Cup. Okay, we're back, and just go over how I've set them up real quick. Almighty Shinra is a medium size, so I put something with it, Chocobo, because Chocobo's good. I figure I might as well set you up to level you up, since you're level 62. I need to get you 5 more levels. Give you White Wind, Adamantite, Ragnarok. Pretty much the best thing you can give is Adamantite and Ragnarok for the most part. And over here we got Black Tavern, Mascot, give you Ribbon, Minerva's Plate. I don't really care about your experience all that much. And Adamantite for survivability. Let's see if you guys can take out the Aeon Cup here. I have never fought in the Aeon Cup, even in practice, so I have no idea how well or poorly this is going to go. You can fight all of the different Aeons in the battle arena. From what I hear in the walkthrough there, apparently Bahamut and the Mega Sisters are more powerful than the rest of them. So there's momentum. I think that does more damage the more enemies you've killed. Oh, well that was extremely weak. There's Flare.
Time for an experiment.
Well, I did not expect Shiva to be this kind of weak. And that was it? Well, I could have beaten this a long time ago with much weaker guys. I did not expect this to be so easy. I'm hoping some of the other ones are at least a little stronger, because that's kind of sad. Well, you get turbo ethers for these. Alright, so here's Yojimbo. What can we do against Yojimbo? Yeah, I would guess that inflicts poison like it did earlier. At least I think it inflicted poison earlier. It's hard to remember. The Chocobo still doesn't have break damage limit, unfortunately. It was funny, Shinra delivered that line when I was fighting him before, when I didn't have fast forward on, and then he cast haste on himself. I was like, I should hope it delivers the, the required or the intended result, because it only does one thing. God, Meteor is abusive. So good. Meteor is really, really good. And the Chocobo is really, really powerful as a spellcasting machine. Either the Ring or the Minerva's, whatever. What is it called again? Minerva's Plate. You can get a recovery bracer, I guess, off that one. At least I think that's what it was. I only caught a glimpse of it. I was looking over at my other screen. And there's Ixion. Let's finish off Ixion here. I don't expect him to be much of a challenge here. Well, at least show off some of them. Maybe I'll cut in the other Aeons, like actually powerful ones, as we go. But I want to finish up pretty much all I can do for now with Creature Creator, because after now, there's basically just going to be one guy that we haven't beaten yet, and in order to unlock the tournament that he's in, we need to beat each individual. Why'd you use a normal attack? Stupid Chocobo. Yeah, unfortunately, Chocobo keeps relearning Cura, and I really wish it wouldn't have that, because I never want the Chocobo to use it. It's unfortunate, but oh well.
Prepare to meet your doom.
What a bunch of weak attacks. So this is the attack that I was talking about. This one is ridiculously powerful. Let's see how much it does. Yeah, 10 hits, 6,000 damage a pop. That's pretty broken. Against a lot of our characters, I've seen it do 2 to 5,000. So yeah, and that's against powerful opponents I've sent in against him. So yeah. So we beat it the first time here. And our prize, and we get a female bonus, are the Kaiser Knuckles. Far Playing Cup is now being held. I'm wondering how powerful that actually is going to be. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue to fight in the Aeon Cup and get all of the different rewards, and I will show them all on screen. And maybe we'll try the Far Playing Cup at the end here. Anyway, let's see what we can win. Okay, well, I guess we can fight Bahamut here and see what he does. Oh.
This should achieve the desired result.
Well, at least that's better than everyone else has been so far. See what kind of damage he can deal and how fast we can kick his ass, especially when we cast Meteor on him. Meteor is not as good as the as Almighty Shinra's ability, but still pretty good. There's Fireworks. Ow!
Time for an experiment.
That hurt. Shinra? Yeah, if you press the L button, you can hopefully influence him to use something like White Wind. Well, the Chocobo's gone. I guess you might as well attack now. That's fine. It's only a Chocobo.
I've just been toying with you up to now.
Yay! Powerful attack! It's always a crapshoot what they're gonna do. I would like if he just spammed this move over and over and over again, because it's his best move. As long as he doesn't get attacked too much. Black Sky is a Dark Knight ability. It's the last one you'll probably...
This should achieve
my.
the desired result.
Oh my! What have I just learned? Ultima and Meteor at the same time. Oh, there's Mega Flare. Cool. It's the first time we actually get to see one of them. Wonder if he'll actually be able to kill me. I would suspect you could use the Saleh guy and knock this guy out before he even gets a chance to do anything. But that's just a guess. I haven't tried it. Oh. Well, that's not particularly impressive.
The desired result.
Stop using momentum. Unfortunately, that comes on the garment grid that gives double AP, so unless I want to waste an accessory slot on him to give him the AP egg, then unfortunately he's going to have that. Well, there's Meteor. Well, it does about the same cast by Shinra as it does by the Chocobo, and he's already sinking. Or sagging, or whatever the term should be for that. That's why I made sure Shinra could actually heal, just in case he needed to. It'd be nice if you used, you know, try Ultima, see if Ultima does any more damage. But, or your really special ability. That'd be nice too. But now you're just going to keep using the same crap. Well, there's Mega Flare again. Let's speed you up since you're taking too much time. There we go. There's Meteor again. And that's all for him. Simple enough, I guess. And your units will be healed in between rounds, I believe. Oh, he drops a ribbon. Cool. Can always use more ribbons. Am I fighting the Mega Sisters now? I am! Okay, we'll show this one off too. It'd be nice if the Chocobo wasn't stupid. 12 damage! Oh my god, that's funny. Are you kidding me, game? I know my stats are maxed, but still, that's sad. I hope this isn't what the guide was saying when they were actually, you know, talking about... Mindy's already dead, isn't she? She never got the thing, so she's probably dead. That is kind of sad. I guess they're not really all that strong after all. Especially not after 3 bouts of Meteor. Well, that was unexpectedly pathetic. But that's fine. Bahamut was somewhat of a challenge. It took a while. These guys, not so much. And we get some basic accessories I'm not worried about. And for beating it a second time, we get another detail bonus, a crystal ball accessory. Okay, I'm not sure how Ifrit made it to the end, but sure, we'll watch Ifrit.
This should achieve the desired result.
I have a feeling Ifrit's not going to be much more challenging than Shiva or Ixion. But that's just a guess. And it's not even like these guys are super over-leveled or anything. These guys are only in their 60s and 70s as far as levels go. They just have Adamantite equipped, and Adamantite is ridiculously good. Of course, if you're in here, you probably should have Adamantites on. But, just a suggestion, really. There we go. Finish off that one. Somehow he was in the finals too. I'm not exactly sure how that works, but I also don't know what a Mortal Shock does. I'm guessing it would inflict instant death. I don't think I've ever seen that item before. Cool. Learn something new all the time. Also, the reason why people or guides recommend that you level up your guys 5 times is because every time you gain an actual level, you gain a Fiend Tail bonus level as well. And you need 5 of those Fiend Tail bonus levels, or 3 or 5 or something like that. So that's why everyone says to increase the level by 5. For doing this, we get the Peerless Garment Grid the 3rd time around. I will go over that in a little bit. And there are 2 more rounds we can do here. And after defeating the Uncup for the 4th time, we get a Rune Bracer. Is that what we're supposed to get? Well, it's mixed around from the walkthrough I've been following, which says we're supposed to get a Crystal Banjo, but it says we're supposed to get a Rune Bracer next time. So let's see what we get next time. And for the 5th and final time, we get another Rune Bracer. Okay, whatever. That doesn't really matter to me. All the other ones on this list all lined up, so... Anyway, that's all the items you can get. It'll just give you a random one if you decide to do it again. Let's see here. I guess we could try the Farplane Cup. You need to have beaten at least all of these other cups at least 1 time in order to have unlocked the Farplane Cup. And in the Farplane Cup, perhaps you'll see some familiar faces. It's probably pretty accurate. I'm going to go save first. I don't think that one will give me game over, but I'm not going to lose all of the progress I just made. Okay, let's give her a try here. Depending on who happens to show up, we may or may not be able to beat this. Hey. Well, this can be interesting. I have a feeling I'm dead. The enemy I was worried about is not here. The other enemy that I should have been worried about is here. Forgot to think about that. Oh, this guy's powerful. I believe this is the Elder Drake from the trap inside Via Infinito that we saw before. Oh yeah, the enemies here are a little on the powerful side. I have a feeling I'm not winning. What's that do? Not much. Well, there's Ultima. Take a look at his Ultima. I'm guessing it's not going to do all that much to this guy. And this guy, if I remember correctly, has auto protect, so physical attacks aren't the best. Well, there's Meteor. Let's speed things along here, because I have a feeling this is going to take a while. Well, that's not helping. I have a feeling I'm not going to win this. Well, at least using the powerful... Oh, I did kill him. Cool. Stop casting that. You have auto wall. I don't want you casting something that can be reduced by auto wall. Oh! Why did I get 2 different groups of that? Must be one of those random ones. Yeah, our next opponent... You know what? I'm just going to cut this out right now because I have a feeling I'm not going to win, and it's spoilery. Okay, yeah. I probably could have won if given enough time, but that guy has way too much HP for me to even consider trying to do that with the amount of damage I was dealing. But anyway, that's pretty much all we need for that. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to go and level up. Let's see here. Where is it? Did I miss it? Yeah, I'm going to fight these guys. I'll show the battle once. And then we're just basically just going to kill these guys over and over and over again until I gain the 1 or 2 more levels that I need. And then we'll be releasing Almighty Shinra. Even as powerful as he is, there is something to be gained for letting him go. And I only need to gain 1 more level. Okay, we're back. And let's go double check. So yeah, I've gained the 5 levels. I was probably good even before because I gained all the bonus tail bonus things, whatever they are. I just wanted to be sure because now it's time to release him. And by releasing Almighty Shinra...
I play for keeps.
Okay.
I play for keeps.
You said that already. For releasing him, we get access to something else. Well, that was weird. But it seems we've quelled what happened to Shinra there, and... Is Shinra alright, or did we kill him too? Looks like he's sitting there. Hopefully he's alright. He's the one who controls this whole thing. Okay, he's moving very slowly. Do we get anything else out of this? I'm guessing they're going for tension. Fourth wall joke? Or are we just going to stare at his ass? It's not like we can see the expression on his face if he turns around.
I'm just a kid.
That I guess we could get. We get episode complete, though this has nothing to do with storyline, so don't worry about that. For doing that, we get the Last Resort Garment Grid, the second. Actually, wait a minute. That's the best one in the game, isn't it? Cool. Let us go develop creatures. Let's take a look at that. Garment Grids. Peerless is the one we got. Go through one, we get Always Crit, Magic Booster, Break Damage Limit, and Auto Haste, so you want to go around the whole thing. Last Resort. This is the broken one. No MP cost, always critical, magic boost, break damage limit, and hidden hero drink. In this game, hero drink makes you invulnerable. Now, I haven't personally used a hero drink ever, because it requires either this, which I never got before, or dark matter, which I've got like once, but couldn't use. And yeah, it makes you invulnerable. According to guides I've seen, they don't know how long it lasts. They usually win before it runs out. So it's basically the cheap instant win button, and from what I gather, that's how you're supposed to beat the game Super Boss. The new one, anyway. The old one from the non-international version is beatable without it, and I will be demonstrating that, as I have done that before. We'll try to beat everybody without using this, but I hold it in reserve in case I need it. But yeah, this is the best garment grid in the game. I think there's only one more left that I haven't gotten yet, and that one is obtainable for oversouling every monster. But Almighty Shinra was good. I kinda want him back, and this is the wrong menu. Bestiary, which I haven't gone into yet. Use the R and L buttons to go through here. From what I hear, you go back to the Omega weapon here, and you view his ending all over again. By the way, you can't skip it. You have to watch the whole thing all over again. Yeah, I know. And now that we've done that, at least from what I've read, you can go back to the Fiend Arena and do... Let's see, is it there? Yeah, the Almighty Shinra Cup has returned. So we can go and do that all over again. And after defeating him in the tournament all over again, you can re-allow him back into the Gull Wings. So we have access to him one more time. He will have dropped back down in level, but that's fine. anyway, that is pretty much all we can do with Creature Creator for quite some time. Let's see here. Can I get rid of anybody else? I'm probably going to get rid of Nuge at some point. I would keep the Cactuar and the Chocobo. You don't need to keep Brother. Definitely not. But I'll deal with that later. We just have the Farplane Cup left to go. And there is a new super boss at the end of there. And I do want to try using YRP in order to defeat them. But yeah, that's pretty much all we're going to do with that for now. Don't need fast forward on anymore. Next time, we will no longer be doing Creature Creator. We've done pretty much all that we need to do with that until pretty much right at the end of the game. So we're going to go back to Bavel. But in between episodes, I'm going to be catching 3 more monsters that I want to capture now, so they'll be lower level. And I'm also going to go into the battle arena, and I'm going to fight lots of different enemies until I can get pretty much all of them to Oversoul, because I want to be able to show getting the final garment grid, which requires oversouling all these enemies. So you fight the enemies and keep killing them until they oversoul. Once they oversoul, run away. After running away, they will remain oversoul as long as you don't kill them. I'm going to set up all the different monsters I can from the battle arena like that, and then we're going to move back into Bavel and start doing V Infinito all over again. I won't be fighting any of the enemies. We'll basically be going into the battles with them and then running away because I don't want to lose the oversoul. So there's going to be a whole bunch of running into monsters and trying to keep track of all the different ones so that we can get the final garment grid. But anyway, that's pretty much all the time I have for today, and I will see you guys next time.